Hello and welcome to this webinar on unlocking multi-cloud success, how to thrive in uncertain times using cloud ecosystems. My name is Camille Mendler from Omdia, and I'm delighted to welcome two great speakers, Sharon Cowell from Singtel and Matthew George from Equinix. First, Sharon Cowell from Singtel. Say hello, Sharon.
Hi everyone.
And Matthew George from Equinix.
Hi Camille, delighted to be here.
Thank you so much. Now, let me start by just saying a few words to set the scene. We know that these have been extraordinary times that we've been living through for the past few years, and for every challenge that we've experienced, there are more to come. And the big challenge really is to keep the pace. And what I'd like to do is talk to you how digital ecosystems can help sustain growth and resilience in your organization. And I'd like to share with you what many organizations have said to us around the world, how they're evolving their business. And certainly one of the major things that we note as we speak to enterprises around the world is that as a result of living through the pandemic, more enterprises want to run faster. There is a greater confidence in the use of technology. The innovative ambition of enterprises has really accelerated. We've had what's known as the innovation curve. This is a curve was described 60 years ago as the way that technology is adopted through organizations and groups. And really, in the past few years, that has been completely disrupted, and the number of companies that view themselves as innovators has quadrupled, and the number of organizations that view themselves as laggards has halved. There's a great positivity in the attitude to technology. And that also means that if you're a CIO, you're a technology decision maker, you're also working with a lot more stakeholders within your organization to make those types of decisions around digital transformation. And because it's not just a decision about cost, it's actually about changing how you do business so that the KPIs used in digital transformation decisions that we've found, whether you're a manufacturing company, a financial services company, whether you're in government, construction, the KPIs that you're using are changing. It's not just about ROI, not just about TCO, but also other things. Employee satisfaction, skills and retention of staff is so difficult. That becomes part of the real important core of why you make digital decisions. Customer satisfaction, but also total value of ownership. The end game is far more complex than cost mitigation. Now, of course, today we are under considerable economic headwinds, so that those KPIs that are around cost are important, but we still need to balance them to get the best out of digital transformation. And investment priorities, of course, are evolving. The imperative for sustainability has become even stronger, driving, in many cases, more organizations to the cloud. But is that a secure cloud environment? And what organizations want is 360-degree situational awareness, which means more connectivity of more things as well as people everywhere to deliver greater knowledge, greater customer experience. So challenging times, and different challenges really do require different answers. And so we think about these challenges and these jobs to do in different enterprise workloads. Well, they are not going to be served by one single cloud environment. It is absolutely necessary to have a multi-cloud environment. It's not a luxury, it is an absolute. And for many of you out there, you have this dilemma of being able to try to nurture and support diversity because it's necessary, and trying to maintain that and manage that in an effective manner. And frankly, today, where the supplier landscape needs to work a little harder on this, and this is part of what we're going to talk to you about, is today many multi-cloud environments are just a collection of suppliers. They're not integrated, and really work needs to be done on that. And this is part of why Singtel and Equinix are here to talk to us, is how they can help address some of this as you try to put together the right bouquet of cloud providers together for your organization. And of course, around that diversity comes some security challenges. Those hybrid cloud environments, almost half of you have had some security issues around that environment. 4 out of 10 of you have had incidents around your networks, including this, the workhorse service now, which is the SD-WAN environment. And over a third have dealt with incidents around that connecting of more things and devices, those endpoints as well as workforce devices. So the security issue never goes away, it just continues to evolve. And at the same time, with the economic headwinds, with security, you still need to maintain that sustainable speed, keeping that that continuation of the innovation and the ability to co-create with others. And that means that your ecosystems really have to be, I think the term is semi-permanent, and that's okay. And ultimately you need to be adaptive to changing needs in your market. And you have to have that infrastructure to do that. And I think one of the important things that we find in the discussions that we've had with enterprises that demonstrate best practice is really that alignment of the IT objectives, the business objectives, the IT and the network, all of those in strong alignment. Because I have found in some organizations that they'll do one and then the network is a secondary consideration. But actually, when you're doing a lot of these cloud transformation environments, changing the workload, you need to think about that network in alignment, absolutely, and that helps you keep pace. And I think also demand a lot more of your suppliers. I am saying to my clients, my enterprise clients, you must demand accountability. You must demand proactivity in the service management environment, the portal. It is not good enough to not have that single view and real-time view of the truth. And so I think that's something that you should definitely look out for. And demand flexibility, again, on your terms. We already see this, certainly from a networking perspective, a massive change towards bandwidth on demand, these sort of very flexible next generation networking environments. And essentially we do view that continuing, and 2/3 of businesses will continue to use these consumption-based services because they are actually very economic and better, increasingly easier to control. So that's a very positive environment. But really, my final takeaways for you is as you continue and plan for the next few years, and certainly the immediate challenges that we have, is that intentionality is a term I'd like to bring to you, which is, so many ecosystems are created in a haphazard manner, but actually you should be intentional in creating ecosystems that you expect to change. And so that means you need to have the right type of infrastructure in place that is very flexible. And that you must really align the cloud and the network decisions and planning. They are not in isolation. They are like breathing air. They are very much together. And again, I want to stress this point, you must demand real-time visibility across those ecosystems of the cloud and the network. That's really, really important. And as I say, if you want to continue to run fast in these difficult times, I think you need to be agile and you have to be prepared and able to tear down that ecosystem, start again, co-create with others. And I think that's a really important way to move forwards. So I think I've made the case that digital ecosystems can really help in times of, challenging environments, in times that business growth still needs to be maintained. But really for you to thrive in this context, you must ensure that these ecosystems are really very much adaptable. I think that's one of the key terms that I'd like to move on and really talk to you about, and really must be highly orchestrated.